New York's reopening plan may not make commuters very happy. The MTA will resume collecting bus fares today, and more overnight bus routes have been added. New York City Interim Transit President Sarah Feinberg joining me this morning with the very latest update on transit. So good morning to you, Sarah. How you doing?
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Hey, thank you for joining us. And before we get to what's happening on the buses, I do want to discuss safety overall in the system, right? There have been a series of attacks. Most recently, we saw over the weekend this attempted rape. It was so disturbing on the F train platform. On Friday on the 5 train, there was a man that was slashed in the face. So do you think there's enough transit police? Did you have to cut any in your budget restraints to keep commuters safe?
So two different pockets of police keep folks in the subway system and the bus system safe. There's the MTA police, which we obviously control, and then there's the NYPD, our close partners. NYPD mostly has responsibility for keeping the subway system safe. Do I think that there are enough police officers to keep the entire system safe? No, I don't. I've been saying for months I would like to see a stronger police presence in our system. I think having uniformed police in this system is an important thing. It deters a lot of crimes, and I think generally we see that the vast majority of our riders would like to see a uniformed presence.
Have you had a conversation with Commissioner Shea about boosting patrols in the subway? And if so, what's the response been?
I've not talked to Shea in a while. I've had previous conversations with him. We also stay close with the NYPD Transit Bureau. They're well aware that we feel like we need additional police officers in the system. We also have MTA police officers in this system, obviously, but we need those two police forces working together, coordinating, and having a strong presence in the system.
All right, I want to get your take then on what's happening financially, right? Because it goes hand in hand, really, because some of that problems in terms of safety was vandalism on the 7 train with smashed windows, which is costing you a lot of money to repair. So is there any update on whether or not the federal government is going to help the MTA? We had Chairman Pat Foy here on Friday who was talking about the need for this.
Yeah. No update at this point. I mean, look, this may feel to us like an MTA problem, a New York City problem. But the reality is if we don't get federal assistance, if we have to make draconian cuts to service, if New Yorkers can't get to work and get to school, as the New York economy goes, so goes the country, so goes the economy of the Northeast and the economy of the country. So folks in Washington can't be saying, oh, that's a New York City problem. That's something, that I'm not going to worry about. This is a problem for the city, for the state, and for the entire country. We cannot let mass transit in this country die. We have got to get the federal assistance that we need.
And some of that assistance will come today, right? The news of today will actually help you a bit in terms of resuming fare collection on buses. So what will that look like? What if your MetroCard is expired because so many people were at home? Tell me the details here.
That's right. So starting today, we're going to start collecting fares again on buses. So over the last couple of months, riders have been boarding through the back. We were trying to keep space between the bus operator and riders. Starting today, we've got folks boarding through the front. They're passing the fare box. They're paying their fare. And we've opened up the front of the bus. So we've installed a protective barrier around the operator, and we've given riders back the front of the bus. So there's a 40% more space on buses for riders to be able to social distance. To your point, exactly. A lot of this is about, both protecting operators, giving riders more space, but also collecting fares again. We've lost about $160 million in the last couple of months because we haven't been collecting fares.
We're almost out of time here. I got to get your take on essential workers on the graveyard shift. They really were looking at the essential connector service to help them get to and from work. You're saying that's no longer going to happen on the overnight service, overnights. So what will happen in terms of subway service? Is there a date to resume overnight subway service to help those folks?
No date yet. We're still closed overnight from 1 to 5 a.m. Here's the good news. We have put in a ton of bus service to make sure that we are taking care of those folks. So as you said, the essential connector service, the fact that we were paying for a car service for taxi and liveries to take folks to work on that overnight shift, we just can't afford it anymore. And so we've added bus service to make sure we're taking care of those folks. When we get to the other side of the pandemic, the overnight subway service will come back.
What does that mean? No date?
No date yet. No date yet.
Okay.
You'll have to have me back on.
You're welcome back anytime. Okay, always appreciate you making the time for us. It's very important. It's a lifeline in New York, to get around. So you're welcome back anytime, Sarah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.